And welcome back to a brand new video. What a horrible day it is, with yellow warnings issued for rain up and down the country. And you just see this one just near Rigby Road is completely flooded with water. Absolutely horrible in Blackpool today, so come and join me on this one. So one absolute awful day today is in Blackpool, 1st of December as well, and the conditions are not good at all. So we're gonna have a bit of a venture around, and we're just near the tram depot, the tram museum. If you've never been in there, go and try. Absolutely amazing. You can see some of the really fantastic old trams and how everything, you can see the workshop, they've got a little cafe, all sorts. Now definitely worth a visit in that one. So like I said, we're gonna have a bit of a walk around this area. And we're just gonna make our way just onto to Lytham Road, because there used to be a wonderful little shop here, the seashells, or seashells, I'm not sure how they actually pronounce it. And you can just see all the surface water just as I'm walking. And yeah, they took retirement, so they've sadly gone, and many people enjoyed going in there shopping. And like I said, it's directly in front of that little turquoise building, and you can see the sign has now gone. There's just a lamp just shining through. What a shame, and great little shop that was back in the day. And you can just see just on the floor there, the Blackpool Shell Shop. That was his sign. You can see it's now been taken down, and wonder what's going to happen to this one. Looks like they've got work people in there, they've got ladders. It's like, hopefully, you know, it'll open up as another shop. And just a direct look, you can see those wonderful stained glass windows. You can see just where the sign used to be. Either side, you don't see shops like that anymore. The traditional wooden framed. Look at that. Let me know in the comments if you ever shopped at the old seashell shop. It's one of those tongue-tied ones, isn't it? But there we go. So as I'm walking down, this hood literally just falls like that, and I can hardly see where I'm going with this hood. It's just literally like that. I'm like an Eskimo, but yeah, nevertheless, like I said, we'll keep going. And yeah, it's an awful day, really bad. And this is just looking down the tram lines. You just see the amount of water, what is on the actual lines themselves. They'll be sailing through. Absolutely crazy. That's probably get absolutely completely soaked. But yeah, you see how much water is being pouring down in Blackpool. And like I said before, there is weather warnings all up and down the country. Yellow and amber weather warnings for rain. So we're just gonna make our way further on down. And we're going to go past the Craigie-Don, that hotel. Many people, any of them. Just look at all the, look at that. You actually see where the road is actually coming apart. Can you see all that? All on the road. Well, you see how much water is saturated the road surface itself. Look at that. All coming up. How bad is that one? Like I said, it's amazing, like these trams, it looks like gliding on water. Everything is just absolutely soaked. And the night is certainly getting darker in the evening, shall we say. It's only about sort of 3:30, and it's more or less completely dark already. So there's some nice little hotels along this stretch as well. You got the Blue Ocean Hotel, the Vins Hotel, and I just pan the camera around to the right, the Craigie-Don there, and they've recently purchased one of the other hotels, and that's a massive hotel now. Look at the size. of that one. And just a bit of a shot of the central pier, and you can see the sea is out. The tide was in earlier on, and that's on its way out. And in fact, actually, the big wheel, that's just recently turned 35 years ago. It just recently had its anniversary, and that was opened in April of 1990. So, like I said, that has just recently turned 35 years, and it's amazing. Like I said, you probably think, you know, it's been there from day one. I mean, 35 years is a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, when the pier was actually opened, it's nothing. 35 years. You wouldn't get me going on that one. Let's have a bit of a venture underneath Central Pier itself. I'm not too sure what that thing is there. What's that? I'm not sure. Is it like a log or something? Is it washed up? Looks like a piece of wood. You just see the tower there. Literally, everywhere you go in Blackpool, you can actually see it. What a stunning picture that is. Right under the Central Pier, this is. You just see the spoons also in the distance. So I think what we will nip over. Let's see if I can just jump over. Got over that one. You see, it's like there's someone there walking. Walking out, having a bit of fresh air. I don't blame them. But yeah, we'll have a bit of a walk near the Christmas market. I'd imagine that'll be quite quiet on a Monday, especially this weather too. But I mean, look at the views, absolutely stunning. Even though, you know, it's an awful day like this, Blackpool still manages to salvage something out of the bad weather. Again, you can just see all the seaweed, what the rough sea has dropped off in Blackpool today. It's like it's amazing, like I said, what you can possibly find. I remember a container ship went down, and it was washing hundreds of thousands of pieces of Lego up. I think that was more towards the south side. But yeah, it's amazing, like I said, what he does. Throw up the sea and drops off on the coastline. Incredible. And we just arrived near opposite the spyglass, and look at the amount of water here also. Wow, and this definitely does gather water. And but you just see the amount of rain what we have had. But in it, wonderful. You see all the reflections lit up in the surface water. That's the best thing when it has been raining. It just gives that glow off. But yeah, well, like I said, we'll venture, just have a quick look around the Christmas market, and I don't think they'll be going through that one. Awful conditions, awful. And Christmas by the sea, it looks absolutely wonderful, all lit up, and to be fair, there's not many people really out and about today. Like I say, it's awful weather. I've probably said awful weather about 50 times. But you know, hopefully a few more people will venture out, and you feel sorry for the traders. You know, they've probably taken weeks to set the stalls up. You know, I'd imagine they'll be paying, you know, an awful lot of rent. And when the weather's like this, it's your heart goes out to them. You know, because they have got their bills to pay. Well, like I said, hopefully, you know, the weather improves as the days goes on. But yeah, so this is, like I said, just a quick look through Christmas by the sea in Blackpool, and a very quiet one at the moment. Again, all the colours on the comedy carpet reflecting. It definitely puts you in the festive spirit. And Christmas, you know, it's just 24 days away now. How quick has the time gone? And just crossed over the opposite side, and you just see how quiet Blackpool is this afternoon, early evening. Nobody really around, and who can blame them? Best place, I guess, is indoors. That lovely sky as well, just straight ahead. It's like a gorgeous blue colour. I mean, you do get some wonderful skies around. There's the old gypsy there. And their family's been in for Blackpool for many, many years. I think it runs in the Flam. We also got a plot on Central Pier as well. So if you fancy getting your fortune told, there's plenty of them around. And there are some famous people through the doors also. And that's the Golden Mile Amusements. Again, vibrant colours, especially at night time. And just continuing walking down, it's like a ghost town. They're just literally cars going up and down, people finishing work, and as for people venturing out, it's basically non-existent today. And again, they're all along the promenade. I've got these great little stalls, you know, if you fancy an ice cream or fish and chips or a burger, and you don't want to queue up, you know, in the high street chains, you know, you can always pop in to, you know, little places like this one. And I think was it yesterday or possibly the day before, near the Foxhall. That's a coincidence, twice in a couple of days, but you can just see again all the water what's built up, and that's the Foxhall Market, and that one is open today. Looks like they're just possibly closing down for another day. Yeah, that's the Foxhall Market, and you got the Ardwick as well along there. Like I said, that's the Foxhall Market. Not many markets in Blackpool, sadly, left, and a lot of people want Bonny Street Market back, and to be fair, I do not blame them at all. And that's also another famous fish and chip shop, Lily's Fish and Chips. And like I said, let me know in the comments, you know, what you think. I've never actually tried that one. Let me know in the comments what that one is like. That's Lily's Fish and Chips. And like I said, we have tried a few around Blackpool. But yeah, I don't think we've actually tried this one. And just moving on forward again, probably coming to a bit of a close near the video. There's the Ardwick, and again, one of the cheapest drinks in Blackpool, the Ardwick there. And so like I said, we're going to head back towards that Lytham Road area. I think probably the illuminations probably be switched on around now. We're going to have a quick look, just see if we can see if they are actually turned on the promenade. So as we venture down, I have to move along. Just like I said, the amount of water, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, well, like I said, we'll see if we can just head back on the promenade. And we're back yet again on the promenade, probably more or less where we started, and you can see some of the lights are now turned on. So it's only a bit of a short video because it's just about to absolutely throw it down once again. That's at the Mark Kelly's there, just on the corner. I think they've got 3, maybe 4 in Blackpool now. So yeah, the lights are on, and hopefully it brightens up tomorrow and the rain eases off for everybody. So that is the end of today's video. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit the notification button. Any comments, I will try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But until next time, look after yourselves, take care. It's a bye from me. Bye bye.